You're listening to The Power Project. I'm your host, Brandy Voth, and it's my goal each week to inspire and empower you to go out and lead purpose-filled lives while owning your God-given power. Now, one thing that I am super passionate about is business, but not just any business, purposeful business. I love a business that is attached to purpose. And it just so happens that I find myself surrounded by other entrepreneurs that are incredibly purpose-driven, specifically so in the same network that I am in. So today I would like to speak about that. If you're at home and you're thinking about starting a purpose-driven business, I encourage you to go back and listen to episode number 28, What to Know When Starting a Side Hustle. But for today, let's dig into the purpose of business. So without further ado, let's jump right in, shall we? Welcome back to The Power Project. I'm excited to jump into this topic today, you guys. It's not one that I have really dug into with you before, but I think it's really important that we have the conversation today. And maybe it's because I am fresh off of our national convention that my company does annually, or maybe it's just because this topic keeps coming up. People keep bringing it up and asking me questions recently about what it is that I do, how I make money to support the podcast and writing a book and starting a social enterprise. So I thought, it really is important to have this conversation. I had this conversation a couple of days ago with some other entrepreneurs that were just really talking about overhead cost of traditional businesses, best way to generate income, return on investment. And I have said it before, and I'm going to say it again. The quickest way to make money as a business owner or franchise owner, or whatever you would like to title it as, is with a network marketing company. You can generate income so much more quickly with a network marketing company and get your money back so much quicker that I am a huge believer in the business model. Was I always? Heck no, girl. If you are listening right now and you're thinking, I don't want to hear about this subject, I have no interest in that, I get it. I was you. I literally was the girl that I had a best friend she was really interested in this type of channel of doing business. And so she had tried a few different things, and she was always really excited about it and would tell me about these things. And I was the worst friend. I was the friend that would say, I don't want to hear about your products. I don't want to attend your parties. I don't want to know anything about what you are doing over there. So I definitely had to eat crow when I found some products that delivered great results, and I decided to go ahead and join that company and work that business. And I can tell you right now, I'm so grateful that I did. But I just wanted to give you a background of who I was when I actually was introduced to this opportunity. And I have a lot of friends in a lot of different companies, in different network marketing companies. So I think it's important for me to say here, I don't just believe in the company I'm in. I do believe in the channel itself when it's done in an ethical, moral way with products that deliver results, and a company that believes in their consultants. So I've got friends in Juice Plus, in Beachbody, in what else? Several other ones that I want to say right now, you are welcome here. And I don't have a problem with you being in a different company other than mine. I think that there is enough hatred from the outside community that those of us within this business channel should stand up and support each other. We literally should be giving each other a high five and saying, get it, girl. Like, I don't care if you're selling supplements, necklaces, spoons, what have you. You are welcome at the table for this conversation. You're free to share it with your teams. Use whatever I have here to help serve your organization. However, I do have to throw this out there. I do think that my company is far superior for what it's worth. But hey, it's my show. It's my business. So I get to say that. But I firmly believe in the products that I represent. I use every single product that we sell, and I love it. I love our doctors. I love the nature of our community. I love the support that we have. Literally everything about this company, I believe, is far superior to anything else I've ever seen. But I think that there are things that other people in other companies do great that we can just kind of learn from each other and lean on one another. I think that you girls over there doing the Beachbody stuff, you're doing an amazing job at attraction marketing, and I definitely take notes at what you're doing. Juice Plus is doing a great job of adding value to people's lives and providing healthy tips. Also, it keeps my kids healthy. No, this is not a plug for them. But I just want to have the conversation to where that we all know why we are here. And if you're not in this channel, just stick around. I think you're going to find some quality information that is either going to inspire you or intrigue you. Heck, you might even find a solution to a problem that you have right now. But I firmly, firmly believe there is no other business community that is more purpose-driven, motivated by making an impact, or more committed to personal development than that of a network marketing community. I do not believe that I don't believe that people become purpose-driven after they join a network marketing company. I believe that purpose-driven people happen to join network marketing companies because they're looking for a solution. I think that they realize how great of an impact they can make when they're able to generate residual income compounded at an exponential level. Now, I've told you guys before, I fell in love with the products. I struggled with acne, and I found some products that actually treated my acne after trying multiple other products that never delivered the results that these did. And I decided to get into this business and work my skincare business because I love the products and I had friends and family that wanted to see their own results. And it just so happens that at that time, my family needed the extra income. We hadn't really before, but at that point in time, we were in a place where that extra income was the edge that we needed to try to crawl out of the hole that we were in. I started this podcast because within my company and customers and even my team, as we started growing, I was meeting women that didn't believe in themselves. I was seeing women that had such fixed mindset that they didn't believe they could actually do the big things in life. I knew that they had a dream in their heart because I had heard them share their dreams. We had talked about what their goals were, what their aspirations were, why they were in this business. And it was so sad to me that they didn't really truly believe that they were capable of achieving that goal. And I couldn't figure out where that came from. I didn't know if no one had ever told them before that they could do anything they set their mind to, or if maybe they just hadn't seen women doing big things at a big level. So I decided that the best way to show women that they could accomplish anything they set their minds to was to show them other women that are doing the great, big, audacious things in life, whether that be in ministry, leadership, nonprofits, business. And I think it's important for me to point out to you guys that I am not in my skincare business because I'm driven by finances. Yes, in the beginning, the income was super appreciated. The $200, $300, $500 extra a month that I could generate helped pay for bills, gas, groceries, the kids' basketball team enrollment, the kids' football cleats, what have you. It was the extra income that my family desperately needed at the time. But I have not stayed in this business because of the financial aspect. I'm not driven by that. I'm not in this business because I am anxious to achieve all of the titles that come with this type of business model or recognition. I'm not here for the trips, the jewelry, the gifts, or the bonuses that my company gives those of us that achieve success. They're nice, don't get me wrong. I appreciate them, but they don't drive me. They're not my why. I'm in this company because I'm attached to purpose. I'm in this industry because I know that I can create residual income like I have done and then be able to spend time writing books, producing podcasts, starting a social enterprise that employs traffic survivors. All of that is possible because I worked really hard and built a business that produces residual income. It pays me monthly while I pour into my passions and my purpose in life. I'm in this company because of the community that I see around me each and every day. I am in awe of the caliber of women that have not only built their skincare businesses, but are also such purpose-driven, missional entrepreneurs. I see daily a community of women that are not just making an income, but they are literally bringing about true change and casting a tidal wave of impact across the global community. I longed to see those women. And I get that oftentimes, if you're at home and you're listening to this and it pulls at your heart, oftentimes you may find yourself in a local community where you are the only one that really dreams of doing something that big, that audacious, that purpose-driven, that grand. But the beauty of this type of business channel, the beauty of social media, the beauty of having a virtual franchise at a global level is the fact that you can meet these women from all over the world, whether they be your team members or your leaders or your power partners. You can meet them from all over and literally walk in the community every single day that you have been felt in the past, possibly alone, with that being the call on your heart. These women show up in these channels by the droves, and you realize that you're not alone. And not only are these women doing all these big, huge things, they are literally helping others get the best skin of their lives, generate extra income, and truly step into the purpose that God has called for their lives. That is my favorite part about what it is that I do. Hey friends, if you're a parent like me, I don't have to tell you how scary of a time it is to be raising teenagers. While the internet is an amazing resource that brings us together each and every week, it can also be a playground for hidden dangers. That's why we at the Power Project have partnered with Bark, an app that's dedicated to help keep kids safe online and in real life. Last year alone, Bark helped protect nearly 3 million kids with their groundbreaking products for families and schools. By monitoring text messages, YouTube, emails, and 24 different social networks for potential safety concerns like cyberbullying, self-harm, violence, sexual predators, and more, Bark allows busy parents to rest easier knowing their kids are better protected from digital dangers. You can head over to bark.us and use promo code POWERPROJECT to save 15% off your order. That's bark.us, promo code POWERPROJECT. Like I said, I am on a high because I just came back from our national convention, and I was able to be around all of these ladies that I only get to see once a year, which is the best, most rejuvenating single thing for my soul. I love it. I tell everyone it's like going to church. I love Jesus every day of the week. But when I walk into church on Sunday and I'm surrounded by the music and all the other people that love Jesus and the worship, you leave with your cup full and your soul replenished. It's kind of the same way as when we go to our national convention. I'm in a room with 15,000 other like-minded women that are so committed to walking in purpose and stepping into who God's called them to be in life. It is incredible. And if you're in one of these companies, I do not have to tell you how great it is to attend your annual convention. If you are not in one of these companies, you should just go ahead and join one now so that you have the opportunity to attend convention. If it looks anything like ours, there are speakers on stage that are pouring into you daily. They cover topics such as mindset, personal development, emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being, as well as outside speakers such as Mel Robbins, Rachel Hollis, Tom Bilyeu, Kristen Brown, and Kendra Hall. And you can listen to Kendra Hall talk about stories that stick in episode 39. She talks about how we can utilize stories in any type of business that we're doing to help sell, market, build our brand. And I also have a few guests that will be coming up this season that were at convention this year. So stick around for that because it will be super exciting. Now, I want to really talk about the purpose behind this business for me. I was a purpose-driven individual before I found this business, so it was a natural progression for me. I was able to realize the opportunity to say, hey, I can make a lot of money quickly with this business because my money is not tied up for a long time in the initial investment. I can immediately begin generating income, which means that I can start giving back and working towards my end vision of what I want to do with my life, how I want to impact others, and create change. Because I don't know what you guys are familiar with on a traditional business. My husband and I have traditional businesses also. The initial investment cost is huge. So this is a whole different beast, to where that you don't have to go in so deep up front. Maybe you just tuned in for the first time and you're thinking, this might not be the show for you. Well, Nancy, I don't usually speak about my business. I'm really committed to reaching a broad audience and having hard conversations that serve our community as a whole. So I feel that I would be doing all of my listeners a disservice if I didn't really cover this topic in depth more, because it keeps coming up. And as you guys know, I have a lot of irons in the fire. So in order to keep those fires going, I need to really share with you about the one that allows me the ability to pursue all of the others. Because when I get paid for this, it affords me the liberty of coming to you each and every week, sharing my passion with you guys and spotlighting other women walking in purpose. Now, I mentioned the initial investment cost. So the quickest way to generate income is with a network marketing company. It's a low initial investment. Do you guys know how low of an initial investment it actually is? My initial investment into my company was less than the cost of an iPhone. For those of you who know and those of you who don't know, I'm actually gearing up and working towards launching a social enterprise. So I had to go sit down with my tax professional to create a legal entity for that. And we have several legal entities. We have LLCs, we have S-corps, we have limited partnerships. So we're no stranger to this process. Just in order to create that legal entity is double the cost of my initial investment into this business. Now, that doesn't come with anything other than a name and a tax ID. That is literally it. My initial investment in this company came with a wealth of information and resources and tools and support, but it also came with products that my family and I were able to use so that we could improve our skin and share with others. My S-corps, my LLC, my LP, none of that comes with any of that. I have to go out and buy all of my cost of goods. I have to go out and buy my operating supplies. I have to go out and buy my office supplies. I have to do payroll, IRAs, insurance. The overhead is astronomical in a traditional business, whereas my overhead here is so minimal. Like, I pay for a website and then whatever products that I want to use personally for the month. I have no employees in this market. I have no inventory, no marketing fees. And that is the beauty of how you can recoup your initial investment so quickly in one of these companies. As long as you find a company that has a product that you believe in, that delivers results, and is an ethically based business, you can utilize this avenue to fund any and all of your dreams. Don't get me wrong. I know that there are some bad dudes in this channel that give the rest of us a bad rap. I get it. I have been hit up by some of those before. I also know that there are some incredible human beings that have allowed God to use them through this channel and are utilizing this blessing to serve the kingdom. This episode brought to you and funded by Powerful Beauty. Are you thinking right now that you've heard enough and you are ready to start your own purpose-filled business? Well, then I think you should head over to the-powerproject.com/powerful business. Watch my video, read my story, and then book a discovery call where we can chat about how you too can be running your very own business full of purpose. That's the-powerproject.com/powerful business. Can I be really honest and really real with you guys today? I'm not going to come on this podcast and tell you that this is easy, because while it is simple, it is not easy. And I think that's a common misconception that our industry puts out into the world. And therefore people come in thinking It's just going to be this super easy walk in the park when it is actually business ownership. And if you have an entrepreneurial background or you have ever owned a business, you get that. You understand all the inner workings that go into running a business. So I want to be upfront and honest with you guys. It's work. It's an actual business. It is taking ownership. Have you heard that phrase, if it were easy, everyone would do it? That really is the truth. And in all honesty, when I look at bringing people into my organization in this business, I don't want everyone to do it, just like I don't want to hire anyone on the street for my traditional business. And I don't want to partner with anyone on the street for my traditional business. I want people to show up in this organization that are committed to developing a business mindset. I want people to show up that are dedicated to making a meaningful impact in life. And I want people to pledge to develop leaders within their team. So I'm not going to tell you that this channel and this business model is all about time freedom, you guys, because while I do work on my own terms, I put the time in and I also worked my butt off to get to where I am right now. But it's because I believed so wholeheartedly in this mission that it didn't actually feel like work. It felt like building a business that was going to sustain my other passion projects, which is 100% what it is doing. I'm also not going to stand here and tell you that we simply wash our faces and tell our friends about it. Like, I'm sorry if you have had someone tell you that. I did way freaking more than wash my face and tell people about that. Yes, that was part of my job requirement because I would be a scam artist if I wasn't actually a product of my products, but that wasn't the only thing that I did to get to where I am. And another misconception that I really think our industry sometimes gets wrong, because you guys, I'm all about breaking down the myths, the good, the bad, the ugly, demystifying all of it for you today, is the fact that people say you don't have to sell to be part of this industry. You do. I sold the heck out of skincare because it works, because I'm passionate about it, because anything that I am attached to, I tell people about and I endorse. I have a purse strap that I love that I have probably sold hundreds of that purse strap to other people. I'm constantly sending them to my friends' Instagram to go order their own purse strap. And I don't make any commissions off of that. So it's just about shifting your mindset about what selling actually means to you, because every single one of us are selling every single day, whether it is recommending a movie that we've seen or a book. Hello, I know that we've all sold the heck out of a few influencers' books recently. I am going to tell you that if you are willing to show up, put the work in, and believe in something so much greater than yourself, while you develop the business mindset and a gritty mentality that will lead you to believe you are capable of doing hard things, then you can actually build a legacy business that not only generates income, but it places you in a position to impact others at a greater level. So I like to tell people this business can be anything that you want it to be if you determine that it's going to be that. If you determine it is the vehicle that allows you to walk in purpose, it will be that. If you decide you're going into this business to just give it a try and see if it works out, it's probably not going to work out for you. Okay, so for all of my purposeful business owners here that are looking for some type of an action plan, I want to give you tangible steps to take home today that you can utilize within your organization, because I know that we have a lot of you guys that listen from all types of different companies. For starters, if you are just beginning in this walk in this industry, congratulations, because this is the most exciting time of your business. You are ignorance on fire. You have a dream, you have a vision, you have a goal, and maybe not very many people have told you no yet, so you're really, really excited. Take that excitement, channel it, like record it, save it for later, bottle it up, because there's going to be days in your business that you're going to need to revert back to that. If you have been in this business for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, maybe your company hit a slow year. Maybe your personal organization went through a dip. I'm going to ask that you right now stop and go back to where you were when you were the most excited about your company and your business. I want you to write it down and go back to where were you when you hit your first really big promotion? How did it feel? What did you do when you got your first large paycheck? And large meaning maybe it was $100 that you weren't expecting. Maybe it was $1,000. What did you do with that? Did you tithe with it? Did you donate with it? Did you buy 15 pairs of shoes with it? Go back there, channel that energy, that excitement, that drive that you had at that moment. And I want you to really sit in that moment for a minute and remember when you were super excited about your business. Now, the next thing I want you to do is think about your action steps. So there are certain steps that this industry coaches that are antiquated, if you ask me. And I don't think it's a cookie cutter approach. I think that you have to decide what your organization responds to, what your network responds to, what works best for you. Because after all, you guys, this is called network marketing. And if you guys remember, I am a huge fan of networking. Listen to episode number 20, How to Be a Networking Queen, where I really share tips about how to accurately network and expand your community around you. But I want you to think about if you're a person that you're a party thrower, a party planner, people love to come hang out with you and socialize. You love kooky little props or photo ops or Margarita Mondays or Mimosa Saturdays, what have you, then go all in on those events. Like, be the event queen. If you're a person that one-on-one works better with coffee and convo, do that. If you're an influencer on Instagram and people will literally buy anything you're selling and tune into anything you're sharing, go all in there. The biggest mistake I see people make when they start one of these companies is the same mistake I see people make in traditional business. So they start and they're like, okay, I have a website. I've started a business. Now I'm going to sit back and let people come to me. That's the same mistake I see when I see people create a podcast or a blog or a traditional storefront. They think customers, listeners, subscribers are going to just show up. And that's not the truth, you guys. We have to go out and build relationships and acquire those customers in order to have our business be successful, because no business is going to happen to you. You're going to have to make your business happen for you. And that comes down to getting really gritty, developing a mindset, doing the personal development, acquiring your customers, talking to the right people, attracting the right team members, and digging deep and realizing that this business is not going to be for everyone. It's going to be for a specific group of people that are looking to build a business and be business owners. But I want to speak to a few things that have given our industry a bad rap and a few things that I want to point out of what not to do. For starters, if you have ever been taught duplication, I am sorry, but I'm here to tell you that is not the correct approach. The definition of duplicate is exactly like something else, especially through having been copied. I don't know about you guys, but I don't want to buy anything from someone that has copied something. I want to buy from individuals who are authentic, who are showing me themselves, who are bringing their true character, personality, identity, passion, purpose to the mission, right? Now, maybe the word should have been used imitate, because that means to follow as a pattern or a model or an example. Yes, we can learn from others who have gone before us, but we are not those others. You need to figure out which platform your network best responds to. Does your target audience show up on Instagram? Do they show up on Facebook? Do they show up on Pinterest? Do they show up on YouTube? Whichever platform it is, you need to really hone in on that platform. So for instance, if you have someone in your company that is killing it on Instagram, maybe they have a really great millennial target audience, and they love perfectly curated photos. They love a great filter, and they like a grid to look aesthetically pleasing. Whether or not they necessarily care about the content, the copy is irrelevant. If you have a leader that speaks to that audience, then that is great. It is so good that it works for them. But if your target audience is a group of housewives that are at home with the babies and they're wearing yoga pants and a messy bun and they don't even get the chance to shower, more or less, put makeup on and take a perfect picture, you probably want to just hone in on Facebook. You don't want to spend your time over here on Instagram trying to reach an audience that might not necessarily be your target audience. So you need to get really specific about who you are speaking to, and don't try to speak to someone that is not your audience. Now, the other thing that I want you to not do ever, I don't want you to spam people ever, you guys. This makes my skin crawl. And I get it. I know that if you're in one of these companies, you have been taught this approach, most likely. And if you're not in one of these companies and you're still listening with us today, I'm so thankful that you're still here, first and foremost. Secondly, I want to apologize if I have ever sent you a message that did not seem authentic. I want to apologize for anyone that has ever sent you a message that did not seem authentic, but just know that the person that sent you that message saw something in you that made them think that this business could benefit you, or maybe they saw characteristics in you that led them to believe that you would be an amazing leader in this business to speak into other women. And they literally just did what they were taught. So I apologize on the behalf of the entire network marketing industry for anyone listening that has ever received a spam message. What is a spam message? For starters, do not go out and friend request people that you don't know. And by this, I mean, if you have not had some form of interaction with them, if you have not maybe engaged in the same post or a comment or some type of interaction. I have a ton of people I've not met in person on social media, but we have something in common. Maybe we're in a Facebook group and they've posted something that I really respected. And so I sent them a message and I friend requested them. But I don't just go through coldly, if that's a word, friend requesting. I make certain that it's someone that I have something in common with, and then I shoot them a message to let them know why I've sent them a friend request. After the first step of not sending friend requests blindly on social media or following people blindly on social media, the other step is to also make sure that you establish a relationship before you try to share your opportunity or your product with that person. I had an experience happen just 2 days ago where a girl sent me a friend request on Facebook. I did not know her because I always stalk everyone's page before I approve them. I did not know her. I had no mutual friends with her, and we were not in any common Facebook groups together. However, I had just been with a popular influencer, and I thought that maybe she followed her on social media and saw me, and that's why she was sending me a friend request. So I went ahead and approved this gal. Within 30 seconds, I had a message from her asking if I liked the product that she sold and if I needed a consultant. While I really appreciate the direct approach, it felt somewhat forward, and I wanted her to build a little more of a relationship with me. So in turn, I sent her a message giving her a few of these tips, like things I've learned being in the industry, maybe things that would work better for you than that. She was not receptive. She did not accept the voice memo, and she dismissed me. Don't be that girl, y'all. Don't be that girl. Be the girl that appreciates positive feedback. Be the girl that says, oh, cool, like you're in a different company and you found success. I am willing to listen to what has worked for you, and I'm willing to run from what you say to not do. So that is what I have for you guys. Those are some things that I have for you, and some things that I certainly hope that you never, ever, ever do in this industry. If you are in the network marketing industry, keep grinding, girl. keep hustling, keep working, keep growing that business. And I promise you that it will support whatever passion, whatever purpose you have in your heart. If you're not in this industry with us, I certainly hope that you have seen an inside look today to where that you realize this is so much more than any preconceived notion that you've ever had about this industry before. I hope that you enjoyed what you heard today. As always, if you did, can I just ask that you do me a favor? Go subscribe to the podcast if you haven't already. Write a review and share us on all forms of social media. Because like I've told you guys, this podcast does not pay me very well at all, but it does help me to get visibility and more listens and more downloads when you guys are telling others about it and when you're writing reviews. Also, it lets me know what subjects you want to hear about and what subjects you don't. I can't wait to chat with you next week, but until then, go out and live your best purpose-filled lives.